Good afternoon, everyone. I hope everybody's having a great day in Barcelona. In the morning, and so far, we've listened to some good insights about customer experience in terms of digital experience, digitalization, transformation, and measurement. In today's session, we'll be talking about how to use voice of customer to actually improve new customer acquisition and onboarding performance. Briefly about myself, my name is Ozkan, and I'm the co-founder of Alterna CX. Alterna CX is a customer experience measurement and management solution. We enable banks and insurers measure and manage customer experience anytime, anywhere, effortlessly with simplified AI technology. Today, I'll be partnering with our client, Guney, Head of Marketing Communications and Digital Banking from Fibabanka. Fibabanka is one of the strong performers in the Turkish market when it comes to acquisition and grabbing market share. They have a unique banking model, and we have been working with them on their customer experience journey. In today's presentation, we will first talk about customer experience journey of Fibabanka, and then I'll be sharing some example about how customer experience analytics can be used to even accelerate improvements in customer experience. So, just before I pass the microphone to Dennis, Alterna CX is based out of Istanbul currently. We work with some of the most reputable and leading banks and insurers in the region. Some of them are multinational. They're using Alterna CX to power up their voice of customer management, journey design and management, and NPS automation programs. We have basically 3 products that are catering to different needs of customer experience audiences across the globe. The first one is Alterna CX Core. Alterna CX Core is about the essentials on customer experience automation or NPS automation. It's multi-channel customer experience measurements, reporting and action management to do the closed loop. Our second product is for the clients who are a bit further than that, which want to go into the drivers of customer experience, like the NPS drivers and etc., and to understand the sentiments of customers, to understand the topics that they're talking about and the intentions. And our third product is Alterna CX Predict, which is about predicting customer satisfaction without asking it to the customers and linking it with results of business performance. So I'm passing the microphone to Dennis, to talk about Fibabanka.
Okay. Thank you, Poyraz. Let me start off by briefly introducing you to Fibabanka. Oops. Okay. It's a Turkish bank owned by Fiba Group and international conglomerates. And the bank was established in 2010, so we are one of the younger players in the industry. In the first 7 years, our focus was mostly on all types of commercial, from SME or corporate. But since 2017, with the impact of our diversification goal, the bank's focus moved into more on retail and private. Especially in the field of retail banking, I can say that in 2018 we took breakthrough steps. And how we did this, we established major partnerships with the retail companies in Turkey. So I will be coming to that soon. As you can see, currently we have 1,600 employees and 70 branches. This is quite low in comparison with the other Turkish banks in Turkey, but this is also a part of our strategy. Rather than expanding our branch network, we aim to develop our business through other alternative channels. Like, as I said before, recently, we make partnerships with retail companies. In 2017, along with the rest of the world, our company, our bank, has been through a digital transformation. And this meant that we have had to invest in human resources, which meant to us recruiting IT people or in innovative talents who understands deep technologies. So we do not prefer hiring bankers anymore. We also adapted, we changed the way we work, and we adopted the agile approach. We set up both product and project-based agile squads within our bank. And this really speeded up in many processes and helped us to increase customer satisfaction as well. We work closely, really hand in hand with fintechs, and in fact, last year we established an investment and financial technology venture called Fibabanka. And our main aim in establishing Fibabanka was to be able to offer customers both conventional banking products, but also new products emerging from the combination of financial services and technologies. We don't see ourselves as a traditional bank. We work like a startup. We try to move as fast as we can. And we look for and grab for opportunities for our customers, so to find out our customers' needs, and even sometimes before they're even aware of it. So a good example for this is our 24/7 hours interbank online money transfer. We realized that many of our customers were too busy to go to a branch or even to go online to make a money transfer during the day, during working hours. So we helped them creating this interbank 24 hours online money transfer, and this helped them to transfer and also access funds immediately. They don't have to wait until next day or next weekend, even they do the transfer at night or at the weekend. So, in short, our mission is to become an anti-bank. So yes, what we call an anti-bank. So disrupting the market practices and challenge the way people bank. This is a real-time example of one of our business models. In collaboration with many leading retail companies in Turkey, we created an instant consumer loan system. Due to many regulations, due to regulatory changes in Turkey, there are many restrictions for the retail companies who work with the banks to allow customers to buy their products, their most technology products, by their credit cards in installments. But however, the Turkish consumers are not used for paying for anything in one go. So we saw the need there, we saw the potential for this product there, and we created this system. So the customers can go to a technology market, for example. It's just one example, by the way. A technology market, a jewelry store, or even Carrefour'sa, like a hypermarket. So they can go and pay their purchases in installments. Yes, this is a really, we launched this project in 2018. It's a really new system. And although it was a pilot period for us, through this project we gained 500,000 new customers, a portfolio of 1.5 billion Turkish lira instant loan, and it also moved Fibabanka to over 2,000 new contact points, and which is 30 times more than our branch network. And yes, 2018 was a successful year, but this year we experienced a massive success in this project as well, and we are aiming now for 1 million new customers in this year. Yes. Yes, it seems like it is a marvelous system or project in terms of customer acquisition, but we have some difficulties in this system because it doesn't allow us to take control of the customer experience in stores. And we also have, of course, we definitely need to turn the acquiring customer, the customers we acquire through these channels, into real customers, and which is not easy. And this is how the need for listening to voice of customers arose, and we luckily got in touch with Alterna. Yes, we started working together 3 months ago. And we spent the first 2.5 months for preparing, and we had a very efficient preparing period though. With the Alterna team, we worked on our touch points, even our pain points. We defined our customer journeys, we designed them, and we also worked on how we can make the acquisition process seamless. And we started to measure NPS and listening to the voice of our customers just 2 weeks ago. Perhaps it seems like a very short time, but it isn't for us because we are really impressed by the outcome and the insights we receive through this platform into what our customers are going through, into what our customers are experiencing. In this time, like in 2 weeks, we had really received many comments, many feedback about some of our channels, some of our processes like online account opening process, or also we had negative feedbacks on, on our mobile app, but luckily we are now at the moment renewing it. And we use SMS, email, and IVN at the moment to send our customers the service. Which is great, I see, is that all is done in real time, with the results appearing on our dashboards in less than a minute, which gives us a great opportunity about our customers' experience, and we can take rapidly, take those into action. And we do not, only the customer experience team have these dashboards. All related departments in our bank have their customized dashboards, and we have also implemented this on our internal app. We have an internal app like Facebook, and so everyone can observe or can monitor the related customer journeys or the NPS score, whatever. This is a basic example of customer journey, but what I don't want to go into detail, but what is important is here that I want to say that we do not only monitor transactional touch points like loan application or the installment payments or loan closure, we also monitor the behavior and motivation of the customers. For example, we differentiate between clients using other Fibabanka products within 3 months and those who don't. And then we analyze them, the results, and have a feedback, have insight about their motivation to do so or not. So it's really valuable insight for us. Today, I can say this even after 2 weeks that Alterna really helps us with increasing our customer experience, making improvements there. But since we have only experienced 2 weeks experience of the data, we can manage all these manually. But I don't know if we'll be able to do this manually after our data grows. So I guess at that time we will need a more smart and automated way of doing this. And I have Perez will help us with this, how we will do that, right?
Yes. So thank you, Dennis, for sharing insights. It was a short, but a very, it was actually in a short time frame, we were able to launch the NPS and Voice of Customer platform in less than 3 months in a bank. So it's now operational, and in terms of next steps and in terms of taking Voice of Customer initiatives to new levels, I'll be talking about some of the potential ways to go. I'll be talking about 3 ways. The first one is what we call real-time actions. Real-time actions is about fixing the issue of the customer right at the moment when you receive the feedback, when you do the survey, and when you analyze the customer's text comments. And for that, I have an example from actually a bank, and it will be about customizable text analytics. The second one is about journey improvements or design improvements. All of the people in the room have some sort of experience or exposure to agile and service redesign and journey redesign or experience redesign. This is the second type of improvement that you can get from voice of customers. For this one, I'll be talking about how root cause analytics can help banks and other financial institutions with that. And the third one is, I think, the holy grail of customer experience, because in all of the sessions and in all of the presentations, we're talking about the financial impact of customer experience, and it's correlated to revenue. But on a day-to-day level, it's not very easy to measure or link the customer experience metrics to financial performance. I'll be talking about how it can be linked to business performance and the work that we've been doing in my third example. So, on to our first example. So typically, for most banks, when they do their transactional NPS surveys, they rely on numerical scores of detractors, like customers who are providing scores less than 6, call them by the call center or like automate this action. With text analytics, you can actually make this much more smarter and deeper. The text analytics can go into the comments of the follow-up questions that come after NPS and search for clues. Clues meaning the sentiment of the customer, whether it's a positive or negative comment, the emotion of the customer, whether the customer is frustrated, tired, angry, the intent of the customer, whether he's trying to cancel the use of a product, switch to another bank, talking about a specific product, or the actual topic of the product, which journey is that customer? Is he talking about the onboarding? Is he talking about loan origination, etc.? And all of these with customizable text analytics right now work in banks, powered by Alterna CX solution. And when there is an alert, that is found by text analytics combined with the NPS scores, this can be routed to the expert person in the outbound call center to initiate a recovery action. For example, the customer will be talking about an issue that he or she has had in a branch about credit card commands, and he's talking about his intention to cancel. This tool will pick up that and route that to the proactive call center unit, and the unit will be in touch with that customer soon. The second one is the root cause analysis part. Again, most customer experience professionals first start measuring NPS, but the next question that they have is, what's driving NPS up and down? And it's not very easy, and it's a very labor-intensive task to take that information from surveys, doing Excels, do some correlation analysis, etc. So with the Alterna CX tools, NPS driver analytics, we automated this process, and again based on the text comments that the customers give, combining that with the emotion and sentiment scores of the customers, we basically prioritize which drivers of NPS is creating more detractors or promoters, and order that up by magnitude. So there are hundreds and different of touch points that you can improve, but what are the ones that you have to focus on to decrease detractors in a given channel, in a given journey, or in a given product? And similarly for promoters. And these are not necessarily the same. What creates detractors is not equal to what creates promoters. So you have to watch out for what you're focusing on there. And the third one that I'm going to talk about, as I said, is linking customer experience metrics to business performance. This is from a public data where there was a link established about what increase in customer experience index is translating to in terms of the retail bank and the direct bank revenues on an annual incremental level. So this is great, and it shows that customer experience, when you improve customer experience index, it has an annual incremental revenue impact. But actually, the next question is, what actually is driving this aggregate impact? Which initiatives or which levers I must lift? So our product, the Predict, is actually trying to answer this question. Using transactional data and profile data, along with NPS scores of customers, we basically predict on a customer level and on an aggregate level, different results of financial metrics. And this basically allows clients to actually do simulations. They have limited resources for investment, so which ones should they invest? Should they invest on improving the complaints management process to get a higher revenue or decrease their cost, or should they focus on something else, let's say on the digital? This will be basically a simulation tool that will be used by our customers. And since the time is running short, I'm going faster. The key takeaways that I would like to leave with you today is, as Fibabanka Deniz mentioned, customers' voice of customers can be used for many different purposes. And for journey design, they can tell you where their journeys are broken. They can be used to convert new customers into real customers. They can help you also understand trends and fix them before they become irreversible. And the tools of experience analytics and AI are actually here to help customer experience professionals make their life easy. In the case of speeding up actions in terms of retention actions or actual actions that the customer experience can deliver to the front line, as in the case of proactive churn, proactive retention for products. It can increase the quality of insight and the breadth of insight that the professionals, customer experience professionals and designers can get from voice of customers. And finally, it can help prioritize investment decisions so that better allocations can be made. So this is, in summary, our presentation. I would like to thank Deniz and everyone for listening and for your time. Thank you.
Okay, we have some time for some questions.
Yeah, about 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
No, you got longer than that since the travel one didn't arrive. So.
Okay.
3 months to launch. Seems really quick. Is that normal? Was that an exception? Is that because they don't think like a bank, or is it?
They're fast, we're fast, so, I mean...
Yeah.
But with other clients, same sort of period for launch?
Yeah, I mean, our standard implementation time is 4 weeks. With larger banks, so for example, we're also working with İşbank and Akbank, which are some of the top banks in Turkey. The weeks, from our side, the time that we spent is like, 2 or 3 times, more than that.
Because of the size of the bank.
Because of the size of the bank, and the security, etc. Yeah. But we're also adopting an agile approach when, implementing, so we're, shortening those periods.
Okay, let's go up here before I go to any other questions. Would you please explain more how instant consumer loans allow you to acquire 500,000 new customers?
I guess I forgot to mention that every month, did I? I don't know. Every month, nearly 1 million mobile phones are sold in Turkey. Did I tell this?
You didn't.
I don't remember. Okay. So considering this, so you might see the need or potential for these instant loans. Yeah, it's quite a large amount of, and yeah, people really are mostly interested. This is also actually not only mobile phones. Like I told you before, there are many different sectors, like jewelry as well, because in these sectors you cannot pay by your card in installments. But it is important for Turkish consumers. So, yeah.
So which of the sectors are the ones that have proved to be more successful in the early stages?
Technology,
yeah.
and especially mobile phones, especially, and then jewelry.
Really?
Yes, and also like hypermarket shopping, and also online shopping. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have some local online shopping websites like Amazon, but local ones.
Anybody out there with questions? Or you've gone shy? I mean, I loved your NPS slide with the one through the journey as well. Is that a real-time?
I mean, real-time
slide. How real-time is real-time on that one?
I can't see Aurélie, but she was asking the same question. How real-time is real-time?
Yeah, no.
That's a great question. So the piece of the report is real-time, but the data may not be real-time. So if it's coming from a mobile data, like an internet bank branch or a mobile application, yes, then it's real-time. But when it's coming from a branch or a call center, those, in our experience, have a lag period of up to it starts from 1 hour and goes down to 24 hours, based on the transaction
So
system.
with the scores you've now got, with the net promoter scores that are in there, is that being fed back into people's objectives, to their pay scheme? Is that
Yes.
impacted on it as well?
On the net promoter score?
Is it linked to compensation?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
And is that what,
That's-
monthly, quarterly?
In real time, so...
No, like in terms of the...
If I'm being paid, does my pay go up and down? I mean, I look at it somewhere like Pret a Manger,
Okay.
the sandwich shop. Their net promoter score
Okay.
will change each week, and it will impact what I get paid next week. So you get a very quick up, or if it goes down, if my pay goes down next week because we gave poor service, I'm going to do something
It's
about
not
it.
linked to your compensations right now, I think.
No.
It's not, but most of the financial institutions in Turkey have that as part of not a single metric, but a balanced scorecard, type of metric. So it ranges about like 10 to 20% of the overall compensation.
Go back up here. Explain, please, on fingers, how your product works, I suppose.
I'm sorry.
I don't understand that.
Can you, maybe
Anybody
clarify
who's
the
put
question?
the question in, can they explain
Can you help us understand it better?
whoever anonymous is?
Like the implementation, or no, I don't... How do you listen to the voice of customer? I don't know. Or...
Anybody help us? Maybe it's somebody left
Is
the room.
it?
They asked the question and ran.
Okay. We are here today and tomorrow, so you can always come and ask.
You were talking about you don't employ bankers.
Yeah?
You don't employ bankers, basically. You don't want
Yes,
you don't
not
want to be seen as a
prefer.
bank. You've got to be called a bank, but you don't want to be a bank. You want to be
Yeah.
anti-bank.
Yeah.
So where are you recruiting the people from? What sectors, what industries are you finding?
From technology companies, like, yes, mostly technology companies, or IT people.
What about
Wherever they're
in
from.
the physical branch environment? Are you changing the
Physically,
recruitment there?
no. I talked about the headquarter, not
Yeah.
the physical branch environment, because in the physical branch environment we have to hire bankers, but it's the must. But our aim is to be a fully digital bank, and we are now over time increasing the number of our branches. Yes, to be a fully digital bank, we have
So
to
you
do
started as a corporate and you've moved into retail. Does that mean in the
Yes.
branches both corporate and retail operate in the same space? Or
Oh,
are
yeah.
you segmenting the branches?
We're segmenting the branches. Yeah.
So how many do retail out of your 70?
Oh, now, like most of them, perhaps 45, between
Okay.
45, 50, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else got any questions out there before I finish? No? The warmth in here is making you sleepy. All right, that's great. Thank you very much indeed. As I say, they're both
Thank you.
around
Thank you.
over the next couple of days, so good chance to talk to you. Thank you very much indeed.